Hi guys, welcome to this video about the YouTube custom blurring option, and I'm going to show you what you have to be aware of, what's really important. I've been working a lot of times with this option, and it's good somehow. It has some advantages, some disadvantages, and some things you have to be really cautious, or you have to be aware about what it does. So let's take some sample video. Here I actually have no blurring effect, so let's go to the editor here, and then we go to enhancements, and here you have two options basically. um, let's stop this. You have the blur face, so you can go here and it will analyze if there are some faces in your video. Here in my video there are definitely no faces. Takes a long time, but yeah, we stop this because we don't have any faces. And if you're not happy with that, sometimes it does not detect faces, so you can use custom blurring. And here you have actually, you can go to edit, and you have basically two options. You have a manual, or like yeah, not dynamic, or a locked or a fixed option, or dynamic option. So what does it mean? Let's play this video. You have to stop and play. You can only use the space bar, not this anymore, not this play button anymore. It was still some time ago you have been able to, you click on this play button. It's not like this anymore. You can only use the space bar. So let's start again. I don't know what what's the problem. Let's go back to the thing. So usually you can use this yeah, this scroll bar to move around and search through your video. Let's say that's my neighbor's window, and I want to have blurry because it could be somebody in here, and I mark it, just mark it. And so what does it mean? It will, when I click on done here below, it would take some time, but it would then automatically follow this window. It would track. So here you can see how long YouTube says how long this thing is visible, and it would follow it. So I don't know if it already works like this. As you can see here, it's moving around. So sometimes it works, sometimes it does not work. Here in this video, which is really simple, you can see it's following the window. So that would be really good. This is one of the most simple samples I've ever used. So normally it takes quite some time till YouTube finds uh, out how long the area is visible and does the tracking. If the tracking does not work, so the tracking often does not work, especially when you go close to the edge of the window, so like this, and it comes back, then it loses the position. Here it's quite good. So actually I would have to just click done and it would be okay. The thing is, here it's actually not visible anymore, as you can see. So I can shorten this thing. I can left click on the right red thing and shorten it. So let's try this. Start with the space bar, and you can see this is really, this blurring here is really not needed. It's just annoying. So when this does not work, so there are a lot of times when you can either by the way, you can either use this to scroll around or use this. This is the whole time frame of the video. This is just the part which is visible. I'm sorry. And you can zoom in or out. Here is this thing. This is really important sometimes to make small adjustments and then go back to this position to see the whole video. So usually to reposition really in detailed, I use this. When I want to search through the video, I use this thing. So let's say the tracking does not work. So I have seen it that this tracking, like even when the window is here, I mean the window of the home is here, this thing wobbles around like this because it has a hard time to find it. You know what I mean? Google or YouTube did not really track, was not capable to find the position. It was wobbling around, and so sometimes it's easier to go here. Wait till you have a lock icon. If this thing is too small, sometimes let's say, yeah, like this. Sometimes it's just like this, and then you don't have a lock, or it's hard to figure out what it is. So you can go to this position where this thing is and make this bigger, and so the lock will be visible. So lock means it does not track this whatever you have selected. It will stay at the same position, exactly same position. Maybe when it's wobbling around a little bit, so just move the lock and make the whole area a little bit bigger, so you have covered still everything even when it's moving around. So I mean the real object is moving around, and this blurring picture then is at the same position. As you can see here, because we use the lock, it's exactly at the same position. Even when we do it longer, it stays exactly at the same position. So this would do the job as well. Maybe it's a little bit too big because it would hide a little bit here of the highlighted clouds from the lightning. So basically you have these two options, locked or unlocked. I would try with unlocked, and then when it's doing the tracking correct, it's good. When it does not do the tracking, then use the locked. And sometimes it happens when you do now, the thing is when you're happy with the preview like this, you think, oh, that's looking good. So you click on done here, and then you click on save, and it says it will take a while. We go back, then usually after clicking save, yeah, okay, it took a little bit of time till to get here in the video overview. So here we are in the video overview, video manager. Um, so here this will remain for quite some time. So it can be 5 minutes, an hour, 5 hours, almost a day, depending on how the complexity of your blurring effects are can take, and the duration of the video can take quite some time. So what's the next problem we could face? Let's say it's we check back in 2 hours, and this is not visible anymore. So it does not say edit in progress, which means actually for me uh, looking good. So I would think the thing is okay. So, and then, so we go to the video. Let's say we have another one here. I have to, hold on a second. Yeah, the one here is a good example how I was struggling. As you can see here, it does not bring up this message. I have made a change like 10 minutes ago or so, and it does not bring up the message again. So I will think it is done. Let's go to the video and check how this was done. So I think the problem is at about 2:35, and there was something visible which I didn't like. So here you can see, yeah, um, the blurring, the blurring part is, as you can see, it's really small. It's about this size. Hope you can see that. It's really small. It's about the size of the text. I mean the height is about same as the text here. So and this is not what I actually wanted, because now let's go to the edit. Hope you can see that. We go to enhancements and we go to, yeah, here we have the custom blurring, and we have already applied it. We can click on this to total take it away. The thing what we have applied, we can de-apply, I mean revoke. We can so reset everything, or we can go to reconfigure here. And the thing is here, as you can see, yeah, it's just a small area. The thing is, actually, I did a much bigger area. I selected the area like this. Okay, and when I move around, even when I move around, you see it's everything covered, and it is, even when it's not sensitive, I wanted to have it just yeah, blurred. So, and I wanted to have the whole section here blurred and not just one line. And I did this exactly same thing as I did now about 10 minutes ago, and I clicked on done, and I clicked on save and saved again, and it went back to the video overview. So here we can still see edit in progress, but after about 10 minutes, the this thing, the edit in progress notification went away, and yeah, we, as you have seen, it was wrong. It did not do what I wanted. So there are two options. Maybe Google didn't do it right. So that happens sometimes. So even when you check back in a day or in a week or in a month, it will still be like this and will be wrong. Sometimes it's really hard to get rid of these errors. I don't know. So sometimes it helps when you really just redo it, like undo the blurring and redo it completely from scratch. Or you go in, click on the thing at the, yeah, here I go again into the thing, and I can show you actually, yeah, let's go to the, hold on a second, where do we have to go? Oh, the problem is now I can't do this because it's locked, it's preparing my blurring. But anyway, I can, let's go into another video. Now it's getting a little bit more difficult. Yeah, let's go into this video. So let's go to enhancements, then we go to custom blurring, and then let's say we want to blur this part. Now I think the problem is it takes too much time. You see it's working, and I think it will work for quite some time. Maybe we are lucky and it stopped. Ah, it stopped. Okay. So the good thing is go down, reposition this thing. We can click on this. If we click on, yeah, we click on another thing. Let's go. Yeah, what we have, you cannot just have one blurring part, you can have several blurring parts. Let's say we have one part here, and I want to have this separate because it's separately moving around. As you can see, Google will create, or YouTube will create, two different pieces of blurring. And if I want to get rid of one, I can either select it here and then delete it with the cursor here. Hold on, yeah, I can, you see, I can select it here or here in the timeline, or I can select it in the movie itself. And to remove is always here with this thing. So I don't know why it's not visible. Now it's visible. So anyway, we'll go back. I almost forgot to show you this thing. So let's just go back. I think nothing has been saved. So anyway, yeah. So sometimes Google, I mean YouTube, has some problems in generating this blurring effect. Don't be surprised when you select the right area, and after long wait and you see this thing is gone, it could be that the wrong part is blurred. So just try to reconfigure, redo the whole thing. Or what you can do, especially when you did blurring and it was not correct, and you corrected the blurring, like you corrected the size or the position or whatever, you corrected it, and you go back and wait some time, and this thing is removed and it's still wrong. Just my advice is just keep waiting. Let's say wait overnight, leave it like this, put a post-it onto your desk and check back tomorrow, and there's a good chance that tomorrow it will be done correctly. There's a really good chance that it just takes time. So I think this message is sometimes removed way too early. Just give it more time, and sometimes you will be surprised, and after a day or so, or like let's say overnight, and then you check back on the next day and it will be there correctly. So sometimes you go there and reconfigure and reconfigure and reconfigure, and it just does not do the right thing. Just give it time, just be patient, just wait, let Google and YouTube do their job overnight, and maybe you will be surprised on the next day that it will work perfectly. So this is my advice. I hope I was able to help you a little bit with that. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.